On 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, John Richardson, John Locke, Catherine Ryan, Richard Iowati, David O'Doherty, Susie Dent, Rachel Riley, and your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. If you're a regular viewer of Normal Countdown, then this won't be for you. Ring the nurse's bell and ask her to change the channel. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's team captain John Richardson. John says his favourite smell is the inside of an empty Tic Tac box, and luckily for him, he can just about fit inside. And on John's team this evening, Catherine Ryan. Catherine recently appeared on Who Do You Think You Are, where she found out her nose, lips and chin date back to 2017.
Oh, well, I discovered that my grandparents are cousins.
They were cousins.
They were cousins, and not only were they cousins, one cousin was placed in the other cousin's home to live with her parents when she was a baby, and then when she turned 18, they got married.
So your grandparents were sort of...
Like brother-sister cousins.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just look at you and think that the gene pool needs a little chlorine. Up against them this evening, it's team captain Sean Locke. People are well advised not to get on the wrong side of Sean, but which side is the wrong side? It's both sides. And joining Sean tonight, Richard Iowati. Richard Iowati, he's as socially awkward as that time John found out that we all have a secret Countdown WhatsApp group where we slag him off.
The last person I WhatsApped was my mother.
Aww.
My mother is watching tonight, Jimmy, if you want to dial down some of the vaginal references.
Why? Does she take offence?
Well, I mean, I believe she has one. I used to live there.
Well, you'd know better than anyone.
Anyway.
You used to live there?
Well,
You should have...
It was
you
more
were
than-
out too far.
It was the front gate.
You needed to get back a little bit there.
Yeah.
Because that's an uncomfortable pregnancy. 9 months right in the vagina. That's a Channel 5 documentary.
Do you look alike, John?
Oh, I hope
Uncannily.
not. No, I don't think so.
No, I've met her. She looks just like
Oh,
her.
you have met her, haven't you, at the theatre?
Yeah, yeah, we had a great time.
Oh, that's so cute.
You met at the theatre?
She approached me.
What, so
She
how-
asked me if I could do a favour for her. Have a chat with her son about the birds and the bees.
I'm made of questions right now. You're at the theatre.
No, I would be walking past the theatre and I thought to myself, they'll have a toilet. And then I went into the theatre and, I mean...
My mum said, off
used
for a
the
shit.
scissors, and then I thought, oh, there's some shows on at the theatre. And I was sort of hanging about. I don't know why.
Theatre, more than just toilets.
And then she came up to me and said, oh, hello, I'm John's mum. What should I do about it?
Richard, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Thank you. I have been writing a book, and it's called Are You Worthy on Top? It's about the Gwyneth Paltrow film, View from the Top. It's the first full-length study of that film.
Wow.
I know. No one's done it before.
Sorry, have you genuinely written a book about a Gwyneth Paltrow film?
It is a cabin crew dramedy in which Gwyneth Paltrow plays a blue-collar person who dreamed of being a stewardess. And we follow her highs and lows.
And Richard, is there a necessity to have seen the film before you read your analysis of the film in a book?
There is no need to have seen this film. I'd recommend that you buy it and then make up your mind whether you want to read it.
OK.
Really what. Once it's in your home, purchased, then decide. Is it for me? It's not for me. I don't care.
Richard, have you got a mascot?
I do have a mascot. Now, many celebrities, let's use the term,
Yeah.
have signature scents now.
Right.
aftershaves, perfumes. But I've decided the time has come for me to have my own scent.
Wow.
And here it is. I'm very excited about it.
Wow.
Ambivalence. But here it is.
Ambivalence.
Have a dip.
Does it smell of anything?
Oh, it does smell a bit of something.
You got a little dimple. I've never noticed that before.
I'm right here. This is
Yeah,
a
but you're facing that way.
No, but this is a record of this face. There's not something in that that's not here.
You're always facing that way, so I can see
I'm not
that.
always facing that way.
Anyway, it doesn't take away from the fact that I didn't notice that before.
OK, well, if you weren't so scared of intimacy, you might have known before.
Yes, because I'm always resisting your intimate overtures.
Do you like the smell? Is it good?
We don't hate
I've
it.
had a quick waff.
Thank
I
you.
don't use these anymore. I had asthma in London. I stopped using these and deodorants. I just want to slide it to you. And see
You had
what
asthma
happens.
in London?
I had asthma when I lived in London.
It's not the 1930s, John. I had asthma when I lived in London.
I moved to West Yorkshire and I haven't used my inhaler since. And apparently,
Have you
because
cured your rickets as well?
there is a little lip.
Do you want
on
me to
that,
slide
I'm
it so we
Sure,
don't
you're
No,
going
I
to
want
make
to
it.
do it.
I believe in you.
I want to feel like a man.
Oh!
Hey. Thank you.
You could have called it meh.
I mean, that's generally the thing that people say to me most. You're really drinking this dimple now, aren't you?
I'm looking to see if there's anything else I've missed.
Yeah, now you know the good stuff's right here. You can't even turn round. Right, sure.
Yeah.
John, have you got a mascot?
Well, I know there are some people who think I take this show a little bit too seriously. And that set me thinking maybe I do take life a bit too seriously. So I'm going to channel, for my money, the coolest character of all time in any... I know, Richard, you're a film buff.
Thank you.
The coolest film character of all time.
Donna Jensen in View from the Top, played by Gwyneth Paltrow.
By
Very
coincidence, I had
Yes.
the same answer, and I didn't know what you were going to say earlier. It's Jeff Bridges in The Big Lebowski playing the dude.
Okay. Right.
And that was my nickname for a while. So I've got... He wears a cardigan a bit like this in the film. So I've got myself a cardigan.
So to be cooler, you've gone double cardigan.
He drinks White Russians. So I've got myself a little White Russian here. I didn't want to drink on the show, and I'm vegan. So this is actually just coconut cream with some fair trade coffee in the bottom. We all know the big thing that character does. He loves the old reefer, doesn't he? Loves a doob. So what I've done is, I've actually tonight, live on TV, I'm going to double drop herbal tea. I don't smoke weed, if that's what you do with it. These have actually got the full RDA of valerian root in. And I've got 2 in there. I think that I come across most as a prick, having watched some of the shows back, is the bit at the end when I say what I've got. So I'm going to say it tonight in what I think is the least threatening and most likeable accent in the UK, which is the Geordie accent.
Yeah.
The work of Ant and Dec. Their entire career is based around that accent. And they've got a voice that says, I'm watching you eat a bollock, but it's all right, we're all having a good time. So at the end of a round, I shall be giving my answer in a Geordie accent. So cheers to that.
John Richardson, the dude, everyone. Sean, have you got a mascot?
So, Jimmy, recently I was approached. There's been a problem. Far too many people are being called national treasures. So, I've been asked by the media to become, like, the head of the National Treasures Committee to decide who's in and who's out.
I see you put the no box on my side.
Yes. So, I'm going to go through them one by one and see whether they make it in.
This is fun.
We'll start off with this fella, right?
Surely in Ed Sheeran.
No.
Beloved national treasure, surely.
No, no. The reason he's not in is he dyes his hair. He's actually got black hair. I've seen the runoff from his bath. It's unbelievable. So... There we go. No. Next up, it's this cheeky chappie. A lot of people say to me, Sean, what's a sensible amount to drink? Now, I always say, imagine you're Ant McPartlin and you'll be driving your mum home after lunch. Relax. Enjoy yourself. But don't go mental. It's your mum. She brought you up. No, don't have any tequilas. so that when you do crash, you're not driving so fast. And nobody gets killed. So, so there we go.
He's in.
Yeah, he's in. He makes it in, yeah, because, you know, he could have killed someone, but he didn't, because he didn't get too pissed.
Yeah.
Quite right. Good on him. Good on him. He's all right.
Here's this fella. A lot of people think he should be in. Some people do make it in, Jimmy, but not this fella, because he's too mild. He's like a curry for toddlers. Now, this guy, Greg Wallace. Greg came close because I like him because he wears a hairnet, even though he's bald. Yeah, he goes to a crisp factory, puts on a hairnet. What, is he worried some baldness will get in the crisp? No, I like him because he's got no sense of irony or humour. He's very close to getting through, but I've met him. No, Greg. He tried to put his spoon in my pudding. You think she'd be a shoo-in, wouldn't you?
Well, she's the very definition, Sean.
No!
What? Why? Why on earth?
Pay some tax, love. Next year you're going to charge.
Catherine, have you got a mascot?
Yes, my mascot is my ex-boyfriend.
Your ex-boyfriend. Is he here?
They're all here, Jimmy. May I present to you my favorite one, Bobby.
Put them on. Oh. Hello, Bobby.
So, I brought a picture of Bobby and me when we were little. Cute, right?
This is genuinely you two age what?
We were like 15 or 16 in that photo.
So this is a classic countdown. You brought in a trophy you won at high school.
Yeah. Well, we were split up for 20 years. Then we got back together, and everybody thinks it's a cute story. It gives them a lot of hope. And we thought we'd read our breakup letter.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear the breakup letter.
Okay. Monday. Am I hurting you?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm slightly uncomfortable.
Look how cute we were, John.
This feels like every house party I was at in my teens.
Okay, Monday, June 19th, 2000. Okay, Bobby, I'm gonna get right to the point. Parentheses, about prom. I know you saw me with the security guard. Sad face. Alana said you stormed off into the woods and kicked Vince's tent. I'm sorry that you were hurt, but put yourself in my shoes, please, and imagine how deeply I was hurting after being dumped by the love of my life at prom. Why? I've been a good girlfriend to you, and you know I'm getting my braces off in August. Maybe sooner if they have a cancellation. So what the fuck? Love, Kath. And then I passed it to him, and he wrote that.
Okay. Kath, really? The prom party bouncer? He's 31 years old and 285 pounds. But now I realize for sure that we aren't supposed to be together. It's funny you mentioned the future. We're 17. I want my guitar back. Have fun with the bouncer.
Why are you clapping him?
I mean, because he's in the right? You made up with a school security guard.
So I wrote back, Bobby, I was so wounded. My world was ending. I thought we were definitely finished. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done what I did. We can move forward even stronger, but please think carefully because this opportunity will not be on the table for long. I love you. I will give you your guitar, whatever happens.
All right, I responded, Kath, I don't know why I wanted to break up with you. I just felt it was right. There was no specific reason at all. But I'm a man of my word and have to stick with my feelings. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted.
I don't know why I broke up with you, but I've said I will, so I will.
And then I wrote, can we still have sex at parties?
And I said, no.
And that's the letter.
Catherine and Bobby.
You did a good
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Robbie.
It's a genuinely true story. OK. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's David O'Doherty. David O'Doherty, he's a bit like Marmite. I don't like him. No. Do you ever get nervous before the show?
No, and I just approach it with, I'd say, the misplaced confidence of a waiter with no pad. That's my vibe. Is there a more terrifying sight in restauranting? The pad, especially when there's 4 of you and you're having starters, and he doesn't even go straight over to the machine to input it. He just, like, keeps making small talk. You're never going to remember this, he's a psychopath. So I've got a chilled-out vibe.
OK, and with David O'Doherty, of course, Susie Dent. Susie Dent says her least favourite phrase is get a room, because she prefers doing it outside. Susie, have you been researching any new words recently?
No, not new ones. Old ones that sound really filthy, but they're not.
Oh, go on.
Like cock-a-pert.
Cock-a-pert?
Cock-a-pert. You are actually a cock-a-pert.
He is, you're right.
Well, that was a lucky guess, but yeah.
It means a dandy or a dandified fellow.
A dandified fellow.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, well,
I
I'll
would
take
say.
that all day. Cock-a-pert.
Cock-a-perts. You are a cock-a-pert.
OK, and in charge of the numbers is Rachel Riley. Rachel, you recently got married.
I did.
Well, congratulations, firstly, and tell us all about the wedding.
Well, we've been together like 5 years. We were going to Vegas anyway, so we thought we might as well get married while we were there. But we only decided the week before. So at the airport, my mum said, you know, have a lovely trip. If you get married in Vegas without us, I'll come back and haunt you. Oh. So that was a good start.
Did you do the whole getting down on one knee thing?
No, we were just kind of by the bins in Salford along Market Street, and we were like, should we get married? Yeah, why not? It's really romantic.
OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Ironing Board. Fucking useless.
In fairness, he doesn't own clothes.
OK, let's count down, everyone. Time for our first game. John, Catherine, you get the first pick of the letters.
I might take one of these cardigans off if nobody else wants. There's a sweat issue. Please.
Consonant.
Thank you, Catherine. D.
3 more consonants, please.
N. R. B.
Then a vowel,
I.
and another vowel,
A.
Another consonant and then a vowel.
another consonant, and another vowel.
S. O.
And then what?
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
And a U.
OK, and for the first time today, here's the countdown clock. The drinks. Do you want to smash a plate, John? Strikes me as the kind of thing you'd be good at.
I'm more of a tidying up guy. Have you got a broom?
Let's smash a plate.
On a head? Or...
Well, wherever you want. I mean, you can smash it on your head, sure.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, I'm scared now. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking... Ah! You can really hear it hitting the bald spot, can't you?
Frisbee it. Susie, hang on.
Hang on.
This could be good.
OK.
I'll volley it.
You're going to volley it?
Yeah, with my head.
This is going to end in tears. Don't try that at home, obviously, because plates. I brought some Greek meze for everyone. I thought maybe chips and dips, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Just because We're sort of having a games night, aren't we? It's countdown.
Oh, you've really splashed out on the olives.
How many letters?
Oh, mate, I couldn't believe it, man. I looked down and there's a bloody 6.
Catherine, how many?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Sean, how many?
6.
Mr. Iowati?
Also 6.
6, OK.
Oh my God, I'm the smartest person here.
Richard, what's your 6?
Drains.
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 Seems strangely appropriate.
Thank you. That is what I do to energy.
Drains.
Mine's strangely appropriate as well, Jimmy. Brains.
John, your 6?
Radios.
Catherine, your 8-letter word for the win.
Unbraid.
Unbraid. Yes. And Susie's saying it's an 8-letter word. Catherine Ryan. David, Susie, could they have done any better?
No. Dinosaur is the sweetest 8.
Oh.
I mean, you're really getting tucking into the meze.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You want to be careful what you eat, John, genuinely. Because I've had
All right.
gastritis for like 4 days because I kissed my dog on the mouth and he definitely was eating fox poo.
So you got your little dog.
Yes.
You kiss it fully on the mouth.
I kissed him right on the mouth. I can't help it.
Right, and then...
And then I did it the other day and I was like, whoa, it was foxy. I knew there was a problem and then I just, you know, went about my business. But I have been violently ill until pretty much noon today. And that's 4 days.
Would you kiss a dog?
I kiss him every day. It's been so hard for me the
fuck
last
is
4
the
days
matter with
not
you?
to kiss him. If you saw him, do you kiss your dogs? Of course you do.
No.
Really?
You might as well rim it. If once you've started kissing it, you're only like a hop, skip and a jump. You're up the other end.
So at the end of that, John and Catherine are in the lead with 8 points. OK, on to our first numbers round. Sean, Richard, your pick of the numbers.
I'll have the usual, please,
The usual Shawnee special. 2 large and 4 little.
Yep.
And they are 5, 8, 2, 10, 75, and 100. And the target, 843.
OK, and your 30 seconds starts now. The target was 843. John, did you get it?
Did I fuck? I got 842.
Catherine Ryan, did you get it?
No, 854.
Sean, did you get it?
No. Nowhere near.
OK. Richard?
845.
845. OK, well, you were the closest to John.
100 plus 5.
105.
And then I times that by the 8. I just put the 2 there on the 840 and that's 800.
Okay.
I don't want to blind you with difficult maths, but if you put a 2 on 840, it's 840 fucking 2, mate.
OK, well, 7 points to John.
I would like to apologise to the people of Newcastle. I'd like to apologise live at Newcastle's Tyne Theatre on December the 12th.
Rachel, could this be done?
Well, if you say 10 divided by 5 is 2, times the 2 is 4, 100 minus 4 is 96, times that by 8 for 768, and add on the 75.
Oh.
And here is your teaser. The words are dragnads. The clue is minor or wrinkled. That's dragnads, minor or wrinkled. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser, the words were dragnads. The clue was minor or wrinkled. It was, of course, granddads. So, John and Catherine are in the lead. They've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Sean and Catherine. So, Catherine, your turn to choose.
Okay. Rachel, could I have 3 consonants?
Yes. T, N, and C.
And 2 vowels, please.
A, and E.
And then a consonant
K,
and a vowel.
I.
And then, what do you think?
Everyone in this room wants a U.
A consonant and a vowel, please.
R, and A.
Your time starts now. Harry John, come here. Come here, little rascal.
Don't kiss it, Jimmy.
Hello. What do you think, John? We've made little versions of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that to Sexy. There you go, Sexy. Give the little John to John.
Hey, little sausage. Hello, sausage.
Give it a little kiss, John.
Oh. I think of all of the Johns, this one's eaten the least fox shit. Do you know the face app thing? I put myself as an older me, and that is bang on. It really is.
So good to see you again.
This is getting freaky now. So,
John's clones, everyone.
thanks, everyone.
OK, Catherine, how many?
6.
6. Sean, how many?
6.
OK. Catherine, what's your 6?
Well, my 6 is intake.
And Sean, your word?
Recant.
Ooh.
Well, 6 points to both teams. David O'Doherty, Susie Dent, could they have done any better?
And yes, carinate for 8. And that is to make something look like a carrot?
No. It describes a bird that's got a kind of ridge on its breastbone for the flight muscles to be attached.
It's hard to make words when you don't know what they are. Already.
Yes.
But it does look like it should be a word, carinate.
It looks like a car's pissing.
OK, so at the end of that, Sean and Richard have 6. John and Catherine have 21. Now time for John and Richard to go head-to-head. Richard, your turn to pick the numbers.
Sean. Could I have a Sean, please?
2 big ones, 4 little ones. Coming up, Richard. He's come back a few more times, so you can have your own special.
Thank you very much. I don't think
Anytime.
I'll get booked again.
You have 8, 5, 2, 9, 75, and 25, and this time the target, 676.
OK, and your time starts now. OK, so the target was 676. Did you get it, Richard?
Yes.
John, did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Richard, how did you do it?
First thing is to times 75 by 9.
675,
Yes. Then subtract from the 8 the 5 and the 2,
4, 1.
leaving 1.
Ooh.
You bang on.
John, did you do it the same way?
I did it exactly the same way.
10 points to both teams. Time now to go across to Dictionary Corner. David O'Doherty, what have you got for us?
I think it was Keating that said, "Life is a roller coaster. You just have to ride it." And I don't think Keating's ever been to a theme park because it's mostly queuing, to be honest, Keating. But we all have our ups and downs, Susie. This is a song about one of my downs. I did a gig in Milton Keynes, and after the show, I went for a sit-down wee-wee. and there was no loo paper. But what's that? A thing of wet wipes. And I've never used wet wipes before because I know they're bad for the environment, but this is an emergency. I use my second ever wet wipe. Aloe vera, my third wet wipe. Yow! I look down, they're Domestos, toilet cleaning, bleach wipes. They're like the industrial ones. They have backstage in rat-infested theatres. And now I'm in more pain than I've ever been in before. All we have is a sink and a push-down tap, so I climb up over the sink and try to... And now we better dry the reach. It's the only time in my life ever I've been... I hope there isn't a Dyson Airblade. There's a Dyson Airblade. Have you ever tried to dry your arsehole in a Dyson Airblade? You have to physically enter the Dyson Air... You have to scissor the Dyson Airblade. Okay, I'll carry out a visual inspection. Now, the problem with a visual inspection in this area is I don't know what it usually looks like. It's the one part of my body I don't think I've ever seen. It's like someone holding up a picture of Paraguay and being like, does Paraguay look normal to... I don't know what Paraguay usually looks like. So I tried to do it just in a mirror, but I'm insufficiently yogic to get around that far. So I end up getting my own phone and just try. And as I'm taking the photo, all I'm thinking is, do you remember last year loads of iClouds were hacked? What if today is the day? Because this is the weird... I've peroxided my own arsehole bright white. It looks like a volcano that's been covered in snow. So now I have to go to the hospital, and luckily it's just around the corner. And I go in and I explain what's happened to the doctor, and she looks up as I enter the room and she starts to laugh. Nightmare of nightmares. I was at your gig last night. No! So she's like, well, I better take a look. Yeah, you better take a look, to be honest. And I get in position, and there's the awful 10 seconds when I hear the thwack of gloves going on, and then she opens the dreadful doors and looks inside, and she starts to laugh again. And I'm like, am I gonna die? And she says, you've basically just deep cleaned it. You know the line that stays with me? She said, you could eat your dinner off that. Why did she say that? That's never occurred to me. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll get a Tinder date tonight. Do you want to eat in an out-of-the-way place in my pants? And I survived, and I'm here to tell the tale. But there are dangers to stand-up comedy.
David O'Doherty, everyone.
To come at this from a different angle, no medical
please don't
damage.
do that.
I mean, it's actually medically fine.
She said you could eat your dinner off there, which I don't think you'd be happy with, John, if I'm absolutely honest.
No.
Definitely not soup.
Maybe a boiled egg.
OK. Sean and Richard have 16. John and Catherine are on 31. And here is your teaser. The words are glum nips. The clue is they're hanging low. That's glum nips. They're hanging low. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were glum nips. The clue was they're hanging low. It was, of course, slumping. OK, before we go on, a chance for our teams to win some bonus points. I've got a selection of items, all of which are spelt with 7 letters. All they have to do is give them a feel and tell me what they are. Whoever guesses the most objects correctly gets the bonus points. Sean, John, you're playing for your teams. Please come and join me at the feeling station. Please, John.
I'm looking forward to this. I haven't felt anything for years.
Oh, the glasses are off.
Before you even start, I'm very aware that bumhole is a 7-letter word, and if you even fucking think about it... that is it. I'm just going to guess bumhole before everyone.
Well, I tell you what, Jimmy, if you put it in front of me, I'll lick it. So, it better not be a bumhole.
OK, your time starts now. Bring on our first 7-letter word. Right? Yeah, OK. So just reach into where I was standing and have a feel.
No.
Reach in. There you go. Come on.
I don't want to.
Get in there.
Oh.
Get in there.
Muscle.
It's a big, muscly man.
You can use both hands, Sean.
Spandex.
Spandex, yes, that was the right answer.
Yeah.
OK, get rid of him. OK. OK, so you've got to be gentle with the next one. And what I'd like you to do is kind of is reach down. It's down.
Hamster.
Punch down?
Do. OK, just down.
Kittens?
Down. John, down. It's not
It's a
kittens.
dog.
I want to save the life.
Dog. That's a three-letter word. The dachshund.
You think it might be a
Dog.
dachshund? Have a feel. Do you think it's a dachshund?
Terrier. It's a fucking dog. But how you would want to kiss this, I don't know. Labrador. Bulldog.
Bulldog.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go, Bulldog. There you go. We'll get rid of him. OK. OK. Oh, right, OK. Now, you've got to stick your tongues out a bit for this.
You are shitting.
No, you'll be OK. You'll be OK. Just stick your tongue out a little bit. There you go.
Sherbet. Sherbet. I said sherbet. Popping candy.
Popping candy is exactly right. Yeah, popping. Next one. OK.
Symbols.
Symbols. There you go. Okay. There's something in a bowl here. You've got to put your hands into the middle. There. Yep. Yep.
Oh! Fuck's sake. Custard?
Seaman.
Yes, custard.
Yay!
OK, your time's up. OK, the point's go to Sean.
No!
Good, I think. Very good touching and feeling. Well done.
Well played.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, I feel like Catherine after prom. OK, on with the game. John, Catherine, your turn to choose the letters.
Consonant, please.
Thank you, John. P.
Vowel, please.
O.
Consonant.
T.
Consonant, please.
W.
A vowel, please.
I.
And another consonant, please.
R.
And another consonant, please.
S.
A vowel, please.
E.
And a consonant, please.
And an F.
OK, and your time starts now. OK, John, how many?
7.
Catherine?
6.
Sean?
7.
7. Richard? 6. OK, what is your 6?
Towers.
Catherine, your 6?
Swiper.
Swiper. Sean?
Riposte.
Riposte.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fridge, Sean.
John, your 7?
40s.
40s. 7 points to both teams. David, Susie, could they have done any better?
Sevens is as good as this gets. Prophets, ropiest, but riposte. There we go.
Yeah.
Banging.
OK. OK, time to go across Dictionary Corner once again. David, what have you got for us?
Well, I thought some people might like to dance, so let's throw on some fat beats and see where it takes us. It's, I love doing Countdown. I love hanging out backstage. A lot of the celebrities are backstage. Tonight, back there is Cher, the singer, is back there. You know she's married to Ross Noble, the comedian, and that's why she just uses her first name. It'd be too bleak otherwise. Here we go, here we go. So my washing machine was broken, and I was going off on tour next day. So I'm in the laundry place at midnight when I get a call from my friend Ray. He says, everyone's out, and you're going away, so you have to come too. I say, Ray, I'm doing my laundry. He says, there's only one thing to do. You bring your laundry to the club, take it out of the machine, bring your laundry to the club. It's probably clean. And now I'm in the club and it's really going off. There are people to talk to, there are drinks to quaff, but in the back of my mind are my wet clothes and my flight departure is getting close. You see, it's warm in the club and there's a few spare chairs. So I take out a shirt and just hang it over there. I did my laundry in the club. T-shirts on a booth. I did my laundry in the club. 'Cause I like to party and my laundry does too. Hey DJ, keep playing those slow jams. Let's raise the temperature up a little more. Let's raise the temperature up a little more. I've got undies on the speaker and trousers on the door. But it makes me think of so many other things that I hate to do, but could be fun if I did them while I was partying. Renew your car insurance at the club. Online shopping at the club. Colonoscopy at the club. You may not meet the special one, but you'll get shit done. Thank you. It's a hit. David, we're talking to everyone.
And here is your final teaser. The words are sniff, tug. The clue is smells like onions. That sniff, tug smells like onions. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were sniff, tug. The clue was smells like onions. It was, of course, stuffing. OK, time for our final letters game. Sean, Richard, your turn to choose.
You, Richard, you have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Right. Have you met me?
Yeah.
It's 4 vowels.
U, A, E, O,
2 consonants.
R, L,
Another vowel.
I.
Too many vowels.
I know it's too many vowels. But I'm having fun, Sean, for the first time in my life. And another consonant, please.
G.
And
Fun, enjoy yourself, you know.
another consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant. Yeah, why not?
OK, and your 30 seconds starts now.
Susie, I was reading that and I drifted off. Richard, how many?
5.
5.
Sean, how many?
6.
6, OK. John?
6.
Why? 6. Catherine?
I only have 5.
What's your 5, Catherine?
Galed.
Gailed?
Richard, your 5?
Lodge.
Lodge?
Lodge.
Lodge.
There is an R there. It could be a lodger.
I haven't even written down an R. Got to sharpen up. I've really got to sharpen up here.
Sean, your 6?
Derail.
Derail.
And John, your 6?
Uglier.
Ooh.
6 points to both teams.
Right. OK, David, Susie, could they have done any better?
Huge news from DC. Susie Dent, 9.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
9. Anyone mocking my vowel selection, prepared to eat this slice of humble pie.
Yeah, thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
Dialogue is there for 8, and you can put the R on just
Dialogue.
about at the end.
Yes.
A dialoguer.
Susie Dent, everyone.
Bless.
Dialoguer. OK. So, Sean and Richard have 34. John and Catherine have 44. OK. That means it's a crucial countdown conundrum. Okay. Sean, Richard, you need this to save face. Your time starts now. Richard.
Ongri tape.
That big.
Operating.
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 Final answer, Jimmy. Operating. Thank you, Sean.
Let's have a look. So the final scores are Sean and Richard have 44, John and Catherine have 44. It's a draw. Woo! Congratulations. Everyone's now the proud owner of this, the Countdown ironing board. Thanks to all our panelists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
David Tennant stars in Deadwater Fell at the moment, which continues tomorrow at 9, straight after joining the Last Leg lads at 10. But next up tonight, meet Jason, a trans man with a very small dating pool. Don't worry, Naked Attraction to the rescue next.